Hi, I'm Ed.
I'm Ashley. We're in Los Angeles.
And we're attending Microsoft's Professional Developers Conference, and you're watching Ed and Ashley's 5-Minute Show. Hi, I am here with Catherine Eibner from Microsoft Australia. So, of course, my first question is, how long was your flight?
13 hours.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
My goodness.
I was lucky, actually. One of my friends had a really good seat up the front and snuck me up. Because I was a bit further back.
Yeah,
so I had a few problems checking in, so I was lucky to get a seat. So then I got the bigger seat, and then that was really awesome.
Wonderful,
Sleep
wonderful.
was good. Because it's overnight. You get here, it's first thing in the morning, so if you can sleep, it helps with jet lag.
Oh my goodness. So are you kind of time adjusted now?
No.
A little bit? No? Okay.
It's about 9:30 in the morning in Australia here now.
Oh my gosh. And it is about 3 o'clock p.m., so she is way off.
Way off. No, it's a struggle. I struggle with daylight savings when it changes an hour.
Yeah. And now you're like cheated in like double digits.
Yeah. I've kept the time on my laptop the same time as back home because it makes it less confusing if you're trying to talk to people.
True.
And you're getting really upset that they're not ringing you back or talking to you when it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
No, it does. But so, when you're ringing people over in Australia, you might be doing it for work, what do you do?
So I work for Microsoft Australia, as you said. I work in DPE. I'm a Dynamics Developer Evangelist. So I get the fun job of getting to play with predominantly CRM, or XRM, or whatever it's being called these days, and working with community people, user groups, and people who are like ISVs who are building on top of the Dynamics platform. It's awesome. It's like I get to do the thing I love as my job. And an evangelist is a really cool role because you really get to wave your arms around and get excited about stuff. Like, oh my God, have you seen this? There's a new version coming. Come on, you need to get involved with this. You need to see this stuff. So it's really cool.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so much fun.
Yeah.
So we just got back, and you were there. You sat at the same table at the women's networking lunch.
We did.
And you mentioned kind of from in Sydney, Girl Geek dinners and sort of ways that you're involved in the women in technology community in Australia. So what are those things?
Yeah, so I've been with Microsoft for a year. Prior to that, something that I was quite actively involved with, and now even more so, is the women in technology community things that we have in Sydney and in Australia as well. I worked with Bronwyn Zandy, who's based in Brisbane, and we set up a blog site called Geek Girl Blogs. So it was any technical female who blogged from around the world sign up. Within the first 3 months, we had over 100 people who registered.
Oh, wow.
So it's an aggregation of blogs for technical content.
Great.
It's a really good way of just keeping an eye on what's going on in the technical world from a female perspective. And from that, we actually were looking at starting up a dinner. So she was based in Brisbane, I was based in Sydney. And we found out that there was another girl called Damana Madden, who's now left and gone to Darwin, but she wanted to start something similar in Sydney. Right. And so it was through, I think it was Marie Green, who's an evangelist from the US, or Singapore actually now. And she hooked us all up. So someone from Singapore said, you guys don't start another dinner, there's someone going to do it already. So why don't you all meet up? And it was awesome. And so we got on really well. Now there's a committee.
It's community and committee combined.
I like that.
Yeah.
Community. I'm going to add that to my vocabulary. So we have a committee that runs it, and we have anything from 80 to 200 people that turn up to these events. So they're not tied to any technology. They're called Girl Geek Dinners. It actually started in London by a girl called Sarah Blow. And she's almost franchised it out. So if you want to start one in your community, she sends you a community. I'm going to use that. She sends you out like a startup kit to say how do you get sponsors, how you promote it. There's a template for WordPress that you can get set up and running.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so we had the first one in April last year. And Damana, who was started, she's like, oh God, there's 10, 15 other IT women in Sydney. I think there was 80 people that turned up to it. So we ended up taking over an entire restaurant, which was fantastic. And that one was sponsored, I think, by Google. And so we've now often get involved in the Microsoft side of things because we're quite proactive in the diversity space. Google's involved, there's representatives from ThoughtWorks, Yahoo. So, and we just share it, so no one actually owns it. It's all about building community and increasing diversity.
Yeah.
So there's now one in Sydney, Brisbane, Canberra, and Perth. Oh, and Melbourne. So
wow, yeah, it's like anywhere you go.
It's really good. So now when I travel as well, you get connected with people who are in the Girl Geek dinners.
Yeah.
And so either go and talk or visit. That's a really great way of meeting people.
So, okay, along with your involvement in women in technology, I know, because I sat at your table, that you also have a family, and you were talking a little bit about work-life balance and sort of how you dealt with that, thinking about, I want to start a family, how am I going to deal with this? So what did you do?
It was actually quite planned. When I was 21 and I was having my midlife career crisis, and I was trying to work out whether I was going to go back to, I deferred uni at that stage, and I was trying to work out if I was going to go back and finish my IT degree or stay in customer service, which I love the people and the interaction, and I was doing a lot of training. I was like, I don't want to sit in front of a computer all day. And then I love this interaction with people and be able to talk and get excited about stuff. And I was like, well, hang on. Who says programming is sitting in front of a computer typing? There's so many different aspects. There's project management, there's design, there's creativity, there's so many other aspects that I actually really love. And I did some random survey. It was like, well, if you could do any job in the world, what would it be? And at the end, it basically said that I would run an IT company. I was like, oh, okay. Well, to do that, I need to go to uni. So I went back and finished my degree, started getting all my Microsoft certifications, became a Microsoft certified trainer, started hiring people. So we were just doing random consulting in .NET.
Okay.
Finally went back to do my master's because I didn't have enough time already. And it was in maybe 3 or 4 years ago, we started working predominantly with Dynamics, which is how I got into the community for Dynamics and how I ended up getting the job at Microsoft.
So it worked out that you were able to kind of, make your schedule really flexible.
Yeah, well, that was the key thing, I thought.
Yeah.
In Australia, there isn't a massive amount of support, particularly in small business, for maternity leave. So some of the bigger corporations have it, but the smaller ones don't tend to, and I tend to work a lot more with smaller companies. So I realised I needed to do something to make sure that I could keep working because I wanted to keep working and have a family.
Awesome.
So, and it's worked out really well. So now in particular, I was mentioning at the tables at Microsoft, they're fantastic. They're so much more family friendly than I anticipated. So, and that was my biggest fear with selling my business and losing that flexibility.
Yeah.
But I actually have more.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good fit.
It's been really good. I love it, actually. It's a good team and it's a good company. So.
Oh, that sounds really, really good for you, and I'm so happy it worked out.
Me too.
Well, Catherine, thank you so much for spending time
so 5
chatting
minutes
with us
already.
today. I don't know, actually, what time is it?
7.
We better stop.
And thank you for watching this episode of Ed and Ashley's 5-Minute Show.
Thank you.